But listen closely to what he says. All of his solutions, they're going to revolve around more of the same, more payoffs for his friends and supporters. His plan is the same as it's always been, and that's grow more government, increase more debt, take and give more of your hard-earned money to special interests. And this is such a problem, but you know what the problems are. We could go on all day about the problems caused by the status quo in Washington. Status quo, I think it's Latin for more of the same of the mess that we're in. That status quo won't work anymore. We could go on all day about the problems, but you know them because you live them every day. So let's talk about real solutions. I want to tell you what my plan is. My plan is a bona fide pro-working man's plan. And it deals in reality. It deals in the way that the world really works. Because we must talk about what really works in order to get America back to work. My plan is about empowerment. Empowerment of our states, empowerment of our entrepreneurs, most importantly, empowerment of you, our hardworking individuals. Because I have faith, I have trust, I have respect for you. The way forward is no more politics as usual. We must stop expanding an out of control and out of touch federal government. This is first. All power not specifically delegated to the federal government by our Constitution is reserved for the states and for we the people. Devolve powers back locally where the founders intended them to be. Second, what happened to all those promises about staying committed to repealing the mother of all big government unfunded mandates? We must repeal Obamacare. And bring in burdensome regulations that are a boot on our neck. Get government out of the way and let the private sector breathe and grow. This will allow the confidence that businesses need in order to expand and hire more people. And third, no more runaway debt. We must prioritize and cut. Cancel unused stimulus funds and have that come to Jesus moment where we own up to the debt challenge that is entitlement reform. We will have entitlement reform. It's just a matter of how we're going to get there. We either do it ourselves or the world capital markets, they're going to shove it down our throats and we'll have no choice but to reform our entitlement programs. The status quo is no longer an option. Entitlement reform is our duty now, and it must be done in a way that honors our commitment to our esteemed elders today while keeping faith with future generations. More than this nonsense coming from the White House about maybe not sending our seniors their checks. It's their money. They have paid into Social Security all of their working lives. And for the president to say, we may not be able to cut their checks, well, where did all their money go, politicians? Being willing to throw our military under the bus, threatening that their paychecks may not arrive. But the politicians will still get their checks and their secure retirements, and he'll still get his posh vacations. Aren't you just sick to death of those skewed priorities? It's all backwards. Our seniors and our brave men and women in uniform being used as pawns, I say it's shameful, and enough is enough. No more. Fourth, it is time for America to become the energy superpower. The real stimulus that we've been waiting for is robust and responsible domestic key to any thriving economy, and it must be our foundation. So I would do the opposite of Obama's manipulation of U.S. supplies of energy. Drill here, drill now, let the refineries and the pipelines be built. Dictators asking them to ramp up production and industry for us, promising them that, oh, we'll be their greatest customer. No, not when we have the resources here. We need to move on tapping our own God-given natural resources that are part of our resources. I promise you this will bring real job growth, not the politicians' phony green jobs, fairy dust sprinkled with wishes and glitter and no, but a hardcore, all of the above energy policy that builds this indestructible link between made in America energy and our prosperity and our security. You know, there are enough conventional, long and large conventional natural resource development projects just waiting in the wings, waiting for government approval that could create more than 1 million high-paying jobs all across the U.S. And this is true stimulus. It wouldn't cost government a dime to allow the private sector to do these. In fact, these projects will generate billions of dollars. Can you imagine that? A stimulus project that actually helps dig us out of debt instead of digging us further into it. Unbelievable. And these are good-paying jobs, and I know that from experience for years. My own family supported as Todd worked up on the North Slope by a good energy sector job. America's economic revival starts with America's energy revival. Yeah! Make America the most attractive country on earth to do business in. Here's how we're going to do this. Right now, we have the highest federal corporate tax rate in the industrialized world. Did you know our rates are higher than China and communist Cuba? This doesn't generate as much money as you would think, though, because many big corporations, they skirt federal taxes because they have the friends in D.C. who write the rules for the rest of us. This makes us less competitive and restrains the engine of prosperity. Heck, some businesses, they spend more time trying to figure out how to hide their profits than they do in generating more profits so that they can expand and hire more of us. So to make America the most attractive and competitive place to do business, to set up shop here and hire people here, to attract capital from all over the globe that will lead to an explosion of growth instead of chasing industry offshore. I propose to eliminate all